there are a surprising number of synagogues now that have policies of welcoming trans Jews, and few or none that actually know what it would mean to welcome trans Jews. And that's like not anybody's fault. You know, we're very, very tiny and diverse minority. That's a hard combination, tiny and diverse. So there needs to be a lot of patience. You know, I think the first step is just to change the words in the welcoming policy, and then there needs to be a lot of patience and a lot of dialogue, and a lot of trial and error, as you see, between God and the Jewish people in the Torah, in order to turn that general kind of step toward welcoming into actual sense of what transgender Jews need from, but also can contribute to a religious community. And I think that work takes place one religious community at a time, on a very human level. It's not about policy statements. It's really about understanding how to encounter ourselves and each other as human beings. But the happy ritual story was that I have a friend named Rabbi Jill Hammer, who's a pretty extraordinary ritualist and scholar. And I was talking to her about my identity issues, and I said, you know, I don't have any, you don't get a card, like you don't like, there's no merit badge that says, now you're an eagle trans, you know, now you transition, you're a woman, you're whatever it is you were trying to become, you've now become it, you've done all that. And then, you know, there isn't anything like that, so there isn't any external, there's nothing in the world, or in any of the worlds that I move in, that offer that kind of confirmation of who I am. And identity is partly a sense of who we are to ourselves, but a lot of the most interesting part of identity is who we are to other people, who we are with other people. So I had this sense of incompleteness and aloneness. And I also had a sense that I had no actual clue who I was, because I have no life story that puts together all of the different versions of me that there have been. In fact, when I recall my life when I was living as a male, I mostly see things in third person. I mean, I know I must have been there, but the memories are like filmed by you. So she said, well, you know, that's what ritual is for. Ritual is to help people move from one step of identity to another stage of identity with the confirmation of a welcoming community that knows you. And with her, you know, she put together a ritual that involved the people who are in my life now, who are important to me, who know me only as joy, but also the people who saw me through, sort of my mothers in transition. And we were all together. And I thought, you know, I've never really been enough part of a community to feel like ritual would work. And it was extraordinary. I was different at the end. And there has been a sense, not that I make any more sense than I ever did, but I have a sense of wholeness and recognition. I have a sense that joy means something other than, yeah, that's the name I finally convinced the government to accept on my ID card, and, you know. So part of that ritual process, I felt needed to come from me, because the people who were doing the ritual were not people who understood what I was going through, and I thought, I can't write anything because I don't have a sense of wholeness. Like, there's no one position that I can write this from. And I realized, but I can write it from the different pieces of me to this person that I want to become. And I thought, well, that's lovely. So now I have to come up with, you know, because I'm a writer, right? So, well, you have different characters. They must have different languages. You know, how many different pieces we got here. And then I realized, actually, no. I had a feeling that I would find the language that I needed in the Torah. And I did. It wasn't really hard. And I found that doing a free but not that free translation, and with a little mixing, you know, a little splicing, I found the words that I needed to hear, and then my friends spoke those words to me. So I'd like to just read 3 of those pieces and then turn it over to you. This is, the first half of it is from Psalm 88, and the second is from a late chapter of Jeremiah. My voice is the voice of your body. I cry out all night, but you don't listen. You treat me like I'm dead, like I'm the grave of someone you hated. You batter me the way waves batter the shore. I call out to you every day. I stretch my hands. They're your hands too, to you. From the day we were born, I, like you, have been tormented, teetering at the edge of the pit. Your fury overwhelms me. Your terrors wash over me. They surround me on every side. You're ashamed of me. You deny me. You keep me out of sight. Bring me back from exile. Gather me in, all of me, my blindness and my lameness, my immaturity and my advancing age, my pleasures and my tears. I'm not what you want, but I am what I've always been. Your mother, your daughter, your stream of water, your home and your road beyond it. Be patient with my clumsiness. Lift me up like a timbrel. The women are waiting. It's time to join the dance. My voice is the voice of the woman you wish you were. You keep trying to close the door, to lock yourself between the four white walls of what you cannot be. You insist that I'm not there so you can sink into the comfort of despair you loll in like a bed, lusting after your own life's end, sacrificing me to your favorite idols, wretchedness and dread. I hereby pronounce judgment upon you. I, the life you fear. Death won't save you when you cry out. The fear you cling to will vanish like a breeze. I know how miserable I make you, roiling your depths like a troubled, troubling sea. I don't care. You won't be miserable forever. I will revive your spirit, rebuild the highway from you to me, clear away your mud and mire, stubbornness and grief. Yes, you feel like a lie, a facade of paint and clay, but I am here, the breath of the life you breathe. No matter how utterly you fail to live, you can't keep me out or hold me in. I won't be turned away. That's from Isaiah. My voice is the voice of your becoming. I know, I'm pushing you hard. I'm knocking you off your feet. But my strength is your strength. It will become your deliverance. Despair and bitterness swarm you like bees. I hear you crying out to God, and I hear God answer, shouting the love that is your future, prying open your narrowing lids, sheltering and enlarging you, showering you with yeses. It's better to wait for God than to wait for death. God hurts you, God swarms you, God pushes you down again and again, but God won't give you up for dead. You live, and this life, the life you reject, trumpets God's triumph. This is the day that God has made. God's right hand lifts you up. God's tents ring with the shouts of the woman you are becoming, shouts of victory. God has unlocked the lies you tell yourself you are. They have become the gates of truth. God is leading you through.